Hi, this is Tawny with the Kinsman Public Library, and we've already discussed Storygraph and Litzy, so I thought we would go back to the original and take a look at Goodreads so you can kind of see a decent little comparison of them. In order to sign up for or log into a Goodreads, you can do this a couple of ways. You can use an email and a password, your Facebook, your Amazon account, or your Apple ID. So you have plenty of options to log in. Goodreads is probably one of the more well-known book trackers. It's kind of everywhere. Everybody has at least heard of it or has seen it. But we're going to take a kind of a more in-depth look at it. So as you can see, we are currently on my home screen, where it's going to show you the books I'm currently reading. So I'm reading Frederick Backman's Anxious People and Stephen King's The Institute. If you are interested in The Institute, be sure to read it as quick as possible and then join us on the 18th at 7 p.m. via the Google link on our Facebook to talk about it, because it's actually our Friday Fright Night read. So a couple things about this homepage. You'll see updates from people I follow and what they're going to read, what I'm reading, my book challenge, which I'm really far behind on, but not really. I'm just bad at remembering what to post things on here. Books I want to read, my bookshelf, so I want to read almost 400. I'm reading 2. I've read over 400, which isn't entirely accurate, but it's pretty close. You'll see news and interviews, so it'll kind of give you things that are coming up, recommendations based on what's on your what to read or read, and then just kind of some info links. At the top, it has a link to my books, so it'll take you to your bookshelves, browse, community, notifications. I believe this is discussions from the community, messages, people I follow, and my page. So we're going to go back home, which will take us back to my homepage, and we're kind of going to take a look around and see what's up. So, right here under currently reading, you can quick add books by hitting add a book and then entering in a title. So we are going to enter in, let's see, what am I reading? We'll just add in this one. So we're going to quick add Alice in Wonderland. And as you can see, it is currently right here now. Just real quick, I can update my progress if I would like. So I'll just say I finished it. And it brings me to this page where I can give it a rating, leave some comments, and then say when I read it or didn't read it. So we're going to just not do this because I didn't really reread this, and I don't want to let people think I did. But as you can see, you can change that as you want. You can also, if you do reread it, you can add in those dates too. So this will have the original start and finish date, and then you can add a second date if you would like to show when you reread it. You can also choose which shelf to stick it on. So read, currently reading, to read, books I want to own, or books that bored me, which are shelves I made. And in order to make your own shelf, you can just hit this add new shelf button. So we're going to hit this post. And there we go. So now it is marked red, but it won't impact anything. So then now we're going to go to my books. And you're going to kind of get a way more in-depth look. So these are all the books that I currently have added to my read list, as well as my what to read. You can change this you can rate this by the dates read, date added, ascending, descending, so that you can have an easier way of tracking things down. You can also show your Amazon book purchases, but that's because Amazon owns Goodreads now. You'll see up here, add your Amazon books to Goodreads. So you can view book purchases and easily select them and stuff like that. You can also add a shelf here. Under Browse, you'll see recommendations, the choice awards, giveaways, new releases, list, explore, news, interviews, and then your favorite genres, which you can also set yourself, or it kind of figures out what you like to read based on what you're adding. So, recommendations are going to recommend books based on some of your interests. This has gotten significantly better over time. It's not perfect, as you'll see. It's still giving me a ton of classics in fiction, which isn't really what I tend to read. They're not my favorites. But it breaks it down by my genre, so fiction, graphic novels, horror, some nonfiction, and thrillers, and stuff like that. So you can just kind of go through and you can add these right away to your shelves by just hitting want to read, or if you don't think that's a good book for you, you can hit not interested and it won't recommend it for you anymore. Also under Brown, we have the Choice Awards. The voting is over, but every year Goodreads gathers up the most popular books and everybody gets to vote on which ones they think are the best, and then they release the winners. You can access all the previous year's winners as well if you're kind of interested to see what was popular in what year. Giveaways are really kind of fun. You can enter to win free books. It'll tell you if it's a Kindle or a print book as well. And they just kind of send you books if you happen to win. So this is kind of a fun way if there's a book you want to try but you don't want to buy it, or maybe you read it and you want to own it but you don't want to pay the book price because it's a little pricey. You can potentially win a free copy. They also do ask that if you leave a review of said book so that you can kind of help create buzz if you win an ARC. New releases are just that. It's going to show you all the books that are getting ready to come out, usually in your genres, as well as anything they think you might like. Lists are kind of all these fun little browsable things. So anything they think might be popular, lists that have been recently activated on, stuff like that, that you can browse and see if you can find something worth reading that way. Explore will let you just search books. So this is where you could go if you just wanted to mass dump, or you wanted to look up an author and see what's going on, or just explore a genre. You could do that here. News and interviews is just that. It's going to give you book news, let you read author interviews, kind of some really fun stuff that way. Community is also really, really cool. So you can join groups and discussions. There's Ask the Author, quizzes, there's writing boards, you can meet people, there are events you can go to. There's a lot under this tab. It's a lot of fun to kind of take part in. Alright, so that is mostly the main bits of Goodreads. Under your profile, we're going to just give a real quick talk. I'm not going to go into this all, but under your settings, under your account settings, you can control your privacy a little bit better than you could in the past. So you can tell it whether you want the algorithms to find you or to be visible to Google and stuff, so that it's not as weird when you look up a book on here and it starts showing up on Facebook and YouTube and your Amazon recommendations. It kind of will pull that back a little bit. Not a ton, so it'll still kind of do that, but it won't be as big a deal as it used to. So that's just kind of Goodreads. It's really fun, really easy to use. It has an app for Android and iOS devices. I'm sure you probably have played with it or have seen it. So I hope you enjoy this. I hope this helped you and you got some fun tracker ideas as well. Thanks for listening. Bye.